Hey everybody, it's Chanchai. Hope you're all doing okay. I am getting ready to do Akai's League. I'm a bit late. Had some delays this morning. So anyways, getting used to Akai's new format too, so let's see how that goes. Let's join Akai right now. Hey Akai, how are you doing this morning? Okay, so we've got this new format.
Yeah, right now the European League is going, and we got one more round remaining at the North America side. So in a couple of minutes, you could join the North America League room.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Now you can see on my side, Listro and Nabasi Tachikama you are playing, and the smaller screen is RJ and Condor.
Okay.
Go transition. We got 11 people right now in the first league for Europe right now, Springlogs.
So Europe's doing the PC and US is doing Ultimate Showdown?
North America. Mm-hmm. We're keeping
North America,
however it was for PS before whatever came out, we're keeping the same schedule.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see here. Okay, hope everyone's doing really, really well today. Okay.
Still gonna be a lot of mistakes here and there, but working on it. I think the results should be showing soon for the North America side, so I'll go back to big screen for that later. But this is sorry, let me get this on bigger screen here. The results, so I can keep track. So congratulations to Whopper for getting first, Bruce LaFestia second, and Jaron Weber third. Thank you guys for playing.
Excellent.
We're gonna host 2 more leagues, so you guys want to stay in the room, please do so. Let me get this out. There we go. Get back to this big screen for you. The Europe side's playing right now, first league. Room is now open for those who want to join for the second league of North America. You're able to. Again, the code is 0202. Room number is 02998 for North America side.
Sorry, I probably don't have the swimsuit costume anymore, do I? I've been enjoying the 30th anniversary costumes. So let's see.
Open again. For second week of the day. How is this happening? Mister, let's see. I think we just got 3 rounds in for 3 rounds. So there's 11 people, 3 rounds, so 10, 8 more rounds, so about 30 minutes. About 26 to 30 minutes before the room starts up for the second league. One thing that's different about for Steam is that people can actually join the room still and spectate the matches. So usually what happens in the PSSI, the lobby disappears and people can't join. Yeah, about that amount of time to finish your show. I think I just saw Kwai join the room, so welcome Kwai for Europe. I think you're just spectating right now, so you have a long way before you can actually participate. But Kwai was a strong Law and Jeffrey player, if I remember correctly, when he participated in the VF circuit I ran in Final Showdown days about a decade ago. So nice to see him participate. Hopefully he participates. Let's see. Thanks for the follow. All right, then we go post in the matchmaking in Discord, and then we'll start the countdown for North America side again. And bear with me as I try to do this. Like some people say, it's like I have 4 or 8 hands. I actually only have 2 hands, and both of them feels like it's left-handed right now. So, at this, so there's gonna be a lot of mistakes here and there. Okay. All right, let's go check the. Yeah. Hey, welcome Chanchai in the room.
All right, thank you. Let's see. All right, got a nice group here. I am playing on both platforms. I'm enjoying VF as much as I can, but I've also kept myself very, very busy. So. Blurring, that's really, really awesome that you've been helping a lot of Vanessa players lately. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed the sets that I had with KNR yesterday. Those were so much fun. It's pretty ridiculous. KNR and I are both players that really like to go for stuff and just really like kind of push what we can do, or at least if we have an idea, we're going to kind of go for it a lot of times. And so I think every time that we fight, it's so much fun. Just lots and lots of fun when we fight.
Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go.
It's like Kalama, the late fake player from Europe, is 4-0, undefeated.
All right. Lilac is playing really, really well here. This is an excellent battle between Reaper and Lilac. Oh, yeah. If you hit your opponent into the wall, because it's a stagger state. Here's the thing about stagger: characters cannot be thrown during staggers. It's actually part of the old mix-up game that happens with staggers, where, like, let's say you fight somebody who is good at breaking stagger. In the old game, sometimes then somebody would, like, when you break stagger, it's natural to want to throw them because they're going to mash and then they're going to try to defend. So throwing is pretty good, but then sometimes, like, they might not mash just to get you to throw it. Or they might stagger a little slower just to get you to throw it. Now, you shouldn't do that play exactly. You should kind of you should break the stagger and then do options, which may include stuff that would beat a throw. Like, because you could beat a throw at the throw escape, but you could also just attack. So you should play it that way. But in the days when elbows cause staggers when they crouch hit, this was a common mix-up game that would happen after that. And so, so that said, it is still nice that you cannot throw somebody that's stuck in stagger. Otherwise, that 10-frame throw might be something that you just kind of do a little too much. You know, and they're busy breaking stagger, so they can't really do the throw escape, unless they, like, mash the throw escape itself as part of the stagger break. So I think it's good that you cannot throw somebody that's stagger for mechanical reasons. And I think it does create a fun mini game within that mini game of stagger break. I personally love the stagger system, and I do tend to think of staggers as a skill-based mix-up, while Nitaku is a knowledge-based mix-up. You need to kind of know the frames to really maximize the use of a knowledge-based mix-up like Nitaku. But for stagger, it's a test of your opponent's ability to either break that stagger or respond after breaking that stagger. And so that's why I call it a quote-unquote skill-based mix-up. It's got a skill barrier involved with it too. And I do find it to be really fun. The reasons I personally like the stagger system is because I think it does add this element of frenzy and disruption and like loss of control, or at least having to fight a bit more to maintain control. And I think it's a pretty good feeling, especially with the way Virtua Fighter traditionally feels in its arcade design, where it's a real fast-paced mix-up game, real fast-paced active action game, and suddenly now you have this thing that makes you wrestle back for control with a combination of technique, timing, and situational awareness. That's personally why I personally love the stagger system and how it's used in Virtua Fighter. Hope everybody in the Kai's chat is doing well and can hear me. If they cannot, that's okay, but just double checking to see if you guys can hear me in the Kai's chat.
They can hear you. I saw the things listed.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Alright, we got 7 people right now. Midnight Sci-Fi has joined on the North America side. Currently leading in the Europe is Kalama. New person's name, so glad to see new people that I'm not familiar with doing indie leagues. So
is that Greek, more. Like for olives? Yeah. Loving what I'm seeing from Ripper's Kage. Kage has always been a very skill-based technical character in Final Showdown, but now in Revo, Kage is also very, very strong and can be imposing. Still a very technical character. You got to be quite skilled to play Kage at a higher level. But Kage's pretty scary. They were already a pretty good threat at the wall, but now they're very scary at the wall. So moves like P plus K became quite a bit stronger. The damage increase to it causes it to be a bigger threat at walls. I liked Condor's use of delay string. The higher and higher level that you fight opponents at, the stronger delay strings are. So that's the funny thing, right? At a lower level of Virtua Fighter, strings become weak because low punch just beats so many strings. At a higher level, when players start to do more reaction-based options, when they start watching the attacks and watching the movement and start, instead of forcing guesses or committing to actions, they start to just watch and then try to react to the things that you do. When that happens, delay string becomes incredibly powerful. It really starts messing with their flow and they're trying to watch and respond to you. Virtua Fighter does a very good job of allowing players to, on the fly, choose whether they're going to play in a way that's going to force guessing, which is a very strong, incredibly strong way to play at all levels of play, or whether they want to play more reactively, which is not faster. It's using faster skills. It's using more of your natural skills with hand-eye coordination, but it is technically a slower way to play because you're not committing to actions. You're trying to wait for opportunities. So you will naturally.
We got 2 more matches on the North America side before we start the league. So anyone still want to join? You got 5 minutes to do so. Sorry, Chanchai, you can continue.
No problem. So the way that you fight against opponents that are reacting and guessing is a little different. and it's really fun. And you get to always mix it up in this game. Almost, I evaded the wrong way. I love that he goes for that. I like how much more Ripper has always been a person who commits to forcing guesses, but I like the confidence of those plays.
Oh, hey, yeah, the league that we're running right now for Steam is actually for Europe. Thanks for stopping by, now. Right now for North America is done on North America Steam is done on Saturdays.
Ready, go!
But on Europe side we have Kalima still undefeated. Closest to him is Dr. Korean ET.
Look at all these reads. These were all reads. Ripper made really, really good reads there. Like, basically like 6 amazing reads in a row. Right, 6 awesome reads in a row. And he's going for a lot of Loath Crush, right? Oh, that was so good. Good game. That was so much fun. It was a good way to wake up my day in VF. That was an excellent battle, Ripper. I had a lot of fun with that. Really great reads. Really got me with the guard break there with just with the right spacing to set up the wall. It's so good.
Alright, one more match left before we start the league for North America. So any last minute if you want to join, you can do so. This is the PSN side for North America. And we're like halfway through the Europe side, seeing Dula, new participant, and Niero, who's been playing the PSN side, also participated yesterday. Are you still feeling sick, Chanchai? Are you getting better?
It's better, but it's like it's, you know, sometimes some conditions you'll have a lingering cough, so your system will just keep dealing. So, but it is, I have to, it's still bronchitis, so it's still, you know, your pathways that go like to your lungs are still getting filled with junk. So, which causes your system to try to get it out and causes you to cough like a lot. So I still got to deal with it. You know, I'm still coughing a lot in the middle of fights. I think, you know, Panda gets intense in the fight, so he didn't notice, like, in the first half of the night, like, how much I've been coughing. But I'm like, I've been coughing even in tournaments, you know, even fighting Nova, you know, I've been coughing for about 5 weeks now. But the matches got intense, so then, so I think in our like late night session, he finally did kind of notice I was coughing while we were fighting, and he actually started to trying to suggest that I was doing it on purpose, you know. And I was like, no, it's like, but I've also been coughing this whole time. It's not like I selectively just coughed now, but they thought so because they were finally paying attention to that detail. It's pretty funny. But that's, you know, that's how it feels when you're competitive and you're looking for something. So. We had we had amazing battles. But then they start to realize like how much I can still play even while I'm coughing, and while I'm coughing, I'm looking for a place to cough, like lower right shoulder, lower left shoulder, depending on who's next to me. Hey, good luck, have fun, everyone.
Yep, good luck, have fun, North America, get the win made. Let's see. I mean, not get we get the league started. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. Come on.
Good luck, have fun. Okay, so first, Dizo. Yes, we do need to play soon. I was hoping to play with you last night, but I think I joined Frank's stream. I joined the Racer stream, FC Racers, after you had gone to bed. Chad the Third, always good to see you. Marley J is a very strong player, so I can't promise you how to win, but I can at least help you with how to fight. Marley J is really, really strong. So I want to fight more Marley J too, and I want to fight with you as well, Chad. Want to train spar with everyone. Hey, good to see you, Britt. Thank you so much. Thank you all very much. Thanks so much for the raid. I thought I guarded it and I let go. This is a really good wake-up call for me. This is wake-up call. I am not seeing stuff right now. I'm a little at an off pace, and that's okay. It's what I gotta manage. You gotta always manage your performance. So you gotta work with what you're doing, and then try to elevate your performance, but like forcing it, well, that's up to each player. Some people are good at forcing their performance, some are not. And so if you're not as good at that, or if you realize you're in a state where you're not, then you've got to kind of just work with it, and then and get yourself there in the method that consistently works for you. Sometimes it's a gradual for some people. Some people can do it like it just takes a certain jolt, you know? Look at that. It ducked under the 6-6P. That is so cool. I actually didn't know about that property because I never really tried to do that, but it just, you know, went underneath the freaking like the mid. Look at that. This is what you get when you don't guard punish properly, right? So. What I get for not punishing this uppercut, right? This uppercut, I could 4-4K that. I could do a combo, right? And I did not. Look, and this thing wins, though. If you, against people that like to aggressively move forward, it is strong. I can't believe that didn't hit. Right. Good. This is so much fun. That was a really fun battle, Condor. That woke me up a bit. I had so much fun with that. Thank you. Britt, bro, good to have you here. Welcome to my Twitch channel. We got to collab soon. I got so many questions. Yeah, let's collab. I think you and I are good with the conversations, so we can definitely do it however you want. But I know conversation is going to be great at least. So I'm looking forward to it, Chad. I think I'm really looking forward to it. And I think you're able to kind of to manage my flow, so or my lack of flow. My lack of flow is that I have wall of text in forums, and then I have wall of voice in voice. So I think you're able to move it around to reverberate it properly. You know? Hey, Aggressive Pixel, doing very, very good. Welcome to my Twitch channel. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm always happy to answer them, even in League Battle. In League Battle, my goals are more of my skill development. I do win a lot, and I am going to try to win. But skill development, but I'm also having a good time with everyone on a Sunday. I do want other players, yeah, to definitely be working on whatever their goals are. If it's to beat me, that's cool, but, you know, I'm going to make it hard. But it's a lot of fun. Good. Good. Alright. Reaper's trying to fill out the rhythm. Reaper really likes to set the baseline. Not set it. He likes to just make it happen. Make a certain baseline happen. I almost attacked this properly. Oh, I'm glad I got the pickup. So glad I got the pickup.
Round 3. Ready?
Let's try this crazy opening. No, you're not too much of a newbie. All questions are good questions. That's the truth. Well played, Reaper. You hung in there, you did the right things, you made sure you didn't do anything dumb. Look at how much risk I did for that. And look at how much I took for that. Ah, that was good. And this is a very hard stagger to break. It's a very, very hard stagger to break before that. However, when I've tried to play as Blaze, it's actually hard. Sometimes you can, it feels like in this version you can easily miss that. Like, that you can like fall short on that kick. And so I need to like study that. Alright, good game, Reaper. That was so much fun as always. So much fun as always, my friend. Man. Yeah, I can tell you there's many aspects to why our community is so either nice, welcoming, or informative. You know, Virtua Fighter's theme is martial arts. And whether we're martial arts fans or not, it resonates with the players that they treat the game like a martial art. Because it's like a martial art. It's also like a lifestyle game, like chess. You know, or like Go. I love the game Go, and I compare Virtua Fighter more to Go than chess. I compare Tekken more to chess, actually. Especially with the knowledge aspect of Tekken, feels a lot like chess to me. Whereas the improvisational nature, the decisions being around more countering is a lot more like Go to me, right? That's like Virtua Fighter, right? Virtua Fighter, there's always an answer. Same with Go, right? And when you play Go, it's sometimes somebody pushes, well, you pull back and you surround. Or you could push. You can do either. So Go is just this amazing game. And that's what I love about it, right? Chess, very strong mainline plays. You need to know the mainline plays to see what could happen in the end, you know? And when I see how Tekken's played, it's a lot like that. It's a lot like, you need to know the mainline play, and you need to know these alternate routes, and it's very knowledge, very much following a tree. But VF goes like in these cycles, you know? Like VF is like, we're back at throw, or, you know, do I attack, do I throw? If I have advantage, do I attack, or do I throw? Why? Because actually, let's turn the question around. When I have advantage, is my opponent going to defend, because they think I'm going to attack, and usually they'll defend, or are they going to mash? And why would they mash, right? In games where you have to take your turn, that's where like you're not allowed to mash. It's just bad, and there's just no reason to do it, so you just don't think you should ever do it. But in Virtua Fighter, as Chad has said in his video, it's always your turn and it's never your turn, because it's not about turns. You're not locking people down with this offense. You're locking them into guesses. And you're locking them into specific guesses, the guesses you want them to have to make. And if they're not guessing, they're just going to probably lose. If they don't make a commitment sometimes, they're just probably going to lose. At least if you're playing very forcefully. So, now, VF does have, like, Tekken's mix-up versus keep away versus whiff punish. Okay, it does have it. It's just harder to do. It's a lot harder to do, partly because of design reasons. Virtua Fighter is a game that wants you to kind of input early, and its recoil frames seems to be a lot lower than what happens in Tekken. Tekken, it like plants it in your brain. Oh, you blocked that weird thing? That thing is punishable simply because you can kind of see it. You can kind of sense it, and it's going to give you time to see it. And it's going to give you it kind of gives you a visual check that you don't realize you're seeing that says, this thing is punishable. You know, VF, it's like you watch people punish, and they had to be already thinking of what they were going to punish before they blocked what they did and go, that's punishable now. Right? It's harder to do it because the recoil is just a little different in design. But again, also what I was saying earlier, it's like always your turn, because this is not a game where you take somebody's agency away that much, unless it's like you knock them down. You take their agency away by guessing well, and it only lasts for like a second. It only lasts for 2 seconds, you know? So, okay, you lock them down for like 1.5 seconds, you know? And then you got to make a choice. Whether you're defending or attacking, you're making a choice. And so that's why I say it's always your turn. And sometimes attacking, mashing, is sometimes a very good thing. Actually, it often is. Because in this game, throwing just loses to mashing. Look at this. Look at this reads. These matches have such awesome reads. That was a read too. He was like, Chanchai's not going to attack. He's going to stay down, so I'm not going to do a meaty. I'm going to do a down attack, because it will win. And that was a read, right? That's how the Okizeme is a lot like Tekken's. It's just that you kind of have to get used to the type of dynamic it is. Right? It's just that Tekken's is very forceful, and it's really forceful in a good way. But Virtua Fighter, these are all reads. Ripper is good about doing reads. Ripper loves to force guesses and make guesses, right? And so they'll play in a way that's kind of doing that. And when they wait, it's not so much to be reactive, though it can be. A lot of time, it's just simply because he's doing a read. That's just their style of play. And this has helped them when the connection's not good, but it works offline and online, and it is how you're supposed to actually play VF at the core. Like, when you learn VF, this is the best way that any level player can play well. A player that's not that good reactively, that doesn't have all the muscle memories, right? Oh, I didn't expect that to happen. But for a player that doesn't have like all the muscle memories in, a guessing game is good. That's why we teach. That's like it's one of the first things we teach is mixing up, because winning on guessing it requires some skill, but less skill than more reactive play, right? Reactive play requires you to know what's coming at you. But if you actually learn how to play how VF flows the rock paper scissors, you can play that rock paper scissors actually pretty well. You might not do it better than me, but you're still doing it, and you still can cash in big with it. So that's why we talk about the guess so much. That's why we talk about committing stuff. And a lot of games don't punish you for committing, because it's like, oh, you're foolish because we're playing like an attack defend game with spacing, and throwing is just a side disruption, but it doesn't give you much. It just disrupts, so it makes me hesitate. And that's what those games are doing in a lot of fighting games. Virtua Fighter is kind of like, dude, throws can do as much as combos. Throws can win. Throws can do a lot. So if the guy's turtling, throwing is just going to beat him. What if they're mashing? Well, you secure advantage either by outpoking them or just simply guarding. Most of the stuff you guard is going to give you advantage in this game. You don't get much plus on block. You get a lot of, you don't get a lot of like plus attacking someone's guard, but you do get like a lot of you get plus just for blocking very simple things in this game. That's why you don't get locked offense in this game as much. That's why offense doesn't lock for like more than a second and a half or two, you know? Right? So like here, I low punch, and I was like, he's gonna defend, so I'm gonna throw. And he just, now within that, there's that mini game that he just guessed correctly which throw direction it was gonna be. Right? And here, I got punished for trying to play whiff punish. Right? And he calmly was like, I'm not gonna run into whiff punish. So that was like the Tekken flow there. Right? And I was like, low kick is low attacks in this game. They are good, but they suck compared to Tekken's lows. Why do they suck compared to Tekken's lows? Well, like, he hit me with the low attack to disrupt me, but it was just chip damage, right? And so chipping is good. Chipping, I'm in chip death range, but I have advantage after he hits with it. So then I attacked right away, and it's like, that's the basis of the read there. Like, is he gonna try to attack? Alright. I should have been focusing this whole time, but I love chatting with everybody, and right now this is my first, it's the second league in the Akai leagues, but Look at that. But you got to see me fight that whole time, right? You saw, and he's just saying, I'm going to crush the low. He's going to low right here. That's a read, right? No, that's a risk. Now, when we commit to reads, I like to talk about soft reads and hard reads. Hard read is when when you're doubling down and going, he's definitely going to do it, so I'm definitely going to do the best thing I can do against that option. You don't always do hard reads, right? You do some stuff that's more safe, right? And I wasn't. But what is more safe? Some of the safer things you can do in Virtua Fighter is actually elbow. Elbow's this plain Jane attack in this game, and it looks so weak. And people are like, why would you want it? It doesn't give me huge advantage. It doesn't give me huge, damage. So why is elbow so good? Because you can't crush it. Because if you have advantage and you put an elbow out there, if they do attack, they just lose almost always. They have to work around the elbow. And once they work around the elbow, you've got a guessing game. Then you've got a guessing game that's much more under your control. So sticking out an elbow just cuts down their viable good options when you have advantage. If you don't have advantage, then yeah, elbow will lose to low punch or it'll lose to high punch, But it'll beat most everything else, even in neutral. So that's why a fast low is good. In 3D fighters, it's important to understand that like mids are better than highs and lows by default. All things being equal, they are better. In Tekken, this is true. In Soul Calibur, this is generally true. Soul Calibur does interesting things to change that, right? Like, I think it's Soul Calibur 1. If you guard impact, right? Then, I think both guard impacts in Soul Calibur 1 beats all mids. So it's just like, okay, right? So it's like if you can't just do that principle of following mids, because now you've opened yourself up to just getting guard impacted. For sure. Like, not even a guess. Right? And Soul Calibur and Virtua Fighter are a lot of like, how am I going to hack the guessing game? How am I going to hack the mix-up they're doing against me? Because you always have different ways to do it in this game. And that's the fun of it. That when you start seeing it and feeling it and doing it, it's a satisfying feeling. Thanks. Thank you very much. Good to see you, Agent Cube. It's been a while, I think. So, fun skill. What helps me fight strongly against Eileen? It's actually hard to explain, but I can tell you the principle. One thing that I love about Revo compared to Final Showdown is nowadays players' attitudes when players know that Eileen is strong, when they feel comfort knowing she's strong, they feel they can use her cancel game. In Final Showdown in the West, a lot of players outside of Tricky would not use her cancel game because they felt it was so risky. They felt they didn't want to guess, but they're playing a character where guessing is kind of important because you're a glass cannon. So if you don't guess, you might not really score as much, but you do with her because of 9K, and that's all they could do. But a player like Tricky was trying to maximize the character and use her full potential, use her cancel games. Her cancel game is so strong. It can exercise so much control in a match with string pressure. But there's a problem. There is a weakness to cancel game. Her cancel game, she doesn't get cancel moves if she doesn't touch you with her attacks. So if you duck the highs, if you evade, she can't do the cancel move. And if she inputted it, it's like the feeling for the Eileen player is like the thing I did is not working, right? And so getting good. But that's a hard skill. That is more of a mid advanced level skill of like I have enough experience against Eileen, so I can make her do that. But there are fundamental ways that I fight against her, but I just kind of like add to it. Very nice Midnight Sci-Fi. It's nice to meet you, Aoi, and that is good stuff. And I like that you've got from Crouch 3 P+K in your repertoire. Good. You can punish that better. So don't worry, that is a move you can definitely punish better. And I know that Aoi doesn't have the low punishes that she had before, but you still got him. And just know that you can punish. If you block this thing, you can just elbow punch him. You can just go elbow punch. It'll work. So like 6 PP, right? But you can also do from crouch 3P into hip throw. That's probably the higher damage way. But 6 PP is the like I couldn't think and respond quick. That one's good. But from crouch 3P into... I like your use of ducking. That was really good. That was a good round, Midnight Sci-Fi. And thank you. Yeah, fuzzy guarding was a lot of fun. Jerry Mango, we can whisper, but I am slow to respond to them. I'm just not used to them, but I will try to get used to it more. But you can always send me a message. Eventually, when I see it, I promise you, I will respond. So yes, you can definitely whisper me. Feel free. I will definitely get on Chad's Discord. 100% will do that. It's one of the reasons. Alright, congratulations, Bruce. That was an awesome, awesome league battle. Totally earned, and I had a blast fighting that. Everybody in here, those were good matches. Really good matches, everyone. We're going to join Akai's chat, and you're going to see me talk a little less when we're sharing the discussion, but I think the group discussion is always fun. We call this the podcast segments.
Europe Steam is about to start. One more match, and we'll start for Europe. Alright, so let me go.
Alright, we had a good time. That was a very fun league battle. Congratulations to Bruce the Beast. Bruce La Bestia. You did awesome. Totally earned. I had a blast. How come I don't see differential? Oh, I do see. So yeah, I lost by 1 point. 1 round difference. I could have tied.
Yeah, so basically, it doesn't matter if you finish last, if you even take 1 round off of Chanchai. You could say I spoiled him from being first place.
I do tend to go a bit more on like the 4 rounds. I don't really do the murder 3 rounds as much. But also, you know, Leon's design it tends to be that way too. So I do a lot of 4 and 5 round games. Let's see.
Let me go post these things around. Let's see. Stream machine.
Jerry Mango understood. Also, Agent Cube says, I hate Leon's the rushing uppercut, 8 P plus K. That's up, punch, and kick. It's really good, however, it has weaknesses, right? So what's good about Leon's rushing uppercut? He's got 2 uppercuts, right? He's got a launcher uppercut, and he's got a rushing uppercut. Let's talk about the rushing one, the one where he moves forward. It's good as a whip punisher because it's got range and it's fast. It is really, really fast. It's like 15 frames. So that means that under frame situations, +3, it's gonna win. It's gonna win. It also means that he can pick you off with it, and most importantly, he knocks down with it. And that knockdown is important because even though the damage isn't much, he's got you in on the reason he's a momentum character. He's got a good knockdown Okizeme game. So now he's got you in Okizeme, and he could commit really hard to just knocking you down and getting you stuck. And while he's figuring out how he wants to fight the rest of the match, he can play this type of Okizeme game that's annoying to deal with because he's got good mid and low mix-up. The lows are really risky. If you block his lows, you can totally destroy him. But the fact that he's got good lows still is really annoying and tough. So uppercut's good at that. So what are the weaknesses of rushing uppercut? Well, first, any of his uppercuts, if you block them, you have Nitaku. If your character has a good, reasonably fast mid attack that has a high reward, you can do that or do a throw, and he's gonna have to play into that guessing game if you block that uppercut. But you got to commit. In Virtua Fighter, a lot of Tekken players, Street Fighter players, a lot of fighting game players don't realize how late they are inputting their responses in Virtua Fighter because they're doing what's correct in the other games. And it's not that it's incorrect in VF, it's just that you're going to accidentally be slow without knowing it. You're going to say this is slow and janky because I can't enforce my frames because I'm trying to wait till my character recovers from the recoil and input the response, because that's how you should do it in the other games. In Virtua Fighter, you can input your next move 12 frames before your character recovers. That is a lot of time. I'll give you a hint, and this is actually a tip from my own video that's coming up. You see how we've got these hit sparks, but the main hit spark, like the flash that happens when you make contact with your opponent, when that thing disappears, if you can actually input, like usually you can finish inputting right at that moment where the spark, the sharpest part of the spark disappears, and like that early, your character will respond and probably will do the move when they recover. And they will do it frame tight, which is what you want it to be, right? You didn't want to waste any frames. The more frame advantage you have, the better your attacks are than your opponent's attacks. And a lot of attacks, people are like, oh, a lot of these attacks are kind of samey. Well, the good thing about that is that it means that on frames, you kind of understand what should beat what. Your attacks are better than their attacks when you have frame advantage. And you want to use it, especially when you want to optimize your options. And to do that, you should input early because the system allows you to input early. If you input late, you risk being late. If you try to input on time, you risk being late. If you input early, there is a risk of being too early, but 12 frames is a lot of frames that's allowing you to be early. So you just have a higher chance of, like, you're going to enforce your frames. And in an online environment, it's helping you if you input early. If you understand that you can input early and you should input early, playing online becomes way easier. In both delay-based netcode, like on PlayStation here, or on rollback netcode, like on Steam. So, input early because the game lets you. In Tekken, if the game let you input so early, you should do it there too. But because it has tighter windows, then there is more focus on a very tight timing in that game. So you're doing the correct thing in Tekken. But when you're playing Virtua Fighter, you are playing Virtua Fighter. And if the game is allowing you to input so early, you should just do it. It's not a pride thing. It's not a skill thing. It's a common sense thing. And I gotta stress that because, well, there's two reasons that I've seen that people don't do it once they learn about inputting early. One reason is because they just don't realize. They don't realize the muscle memory difference. That there is this difference, or that they have this choice now. And so they're doing it because involuntarily. Or at least, not consciously. The second reason is pride reasons. There's a third reason. The third reason is fear. Sometimes they're afraid that if they get used to inputting early in Virtua Fighter, that they're going to lose their timing in Street Fighter or Tekken. But I can promise you that doesn't happen. It's a fear that's understandable, but it's a fear that I don't think is founded in much evidence, at least if you played so much Tekken or Street Fighter or Guilty Gear or any other fighting game. I think when you get used to a game, it's like riding a bicycle, and even if you stumble when you get back, you'll be back on your feet in no time doing it properly. So, have no fear. We are humans, we can adapt, we can adjust, we can make adjustments, and we're playing games that are about skill. And a part of skill is making those adjustments. So yeah, hope that makes sense. And hope that helps a lot of people put that in perspective. It's not trying to lecture you or saying you're doing it wrong, though. But it is giving my perspective from teaching a lot of people from different fighting games how to play Virtua Fighter.
Alright guys, we right now have the second league running right now for Europe. We'll get to see on my stream Kalama, who won the first league today. Let's see. and we got in the third round there. Right now, for North America, which is right now streaming the match between Giant Whipper and the Warp Reaper, we're starting to count down that for the third league. So those who still play on the PSN side, you got about 10 minutes or so to join if you want to participate. Yeah, 4 more matches here. Okay. Transition back here. Wazenev is still playing against Cry. Great to see players that long time ago participating again.
Oh man, Cry is a player I don't remember fighting Cry, but I'd heard so much about him, and they're like amazing.
Back in the day it was Law and Jeffrey, and now I see him plays in this league.
Well, they're the ones who taught a lot of people. They taught GT, right? So it's like,
I don't think so.
I know they taught some players. I can't remember who. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just answering. So for I would say it's quite similar to yesterday's Europe. Europe, we have about 10 to 11 players each time. I have to look at the stats again, but we had a consistent turnout. I was a little surprised. So it's good that the Europeans are still playing on the PSN side.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we'll still have players on PlayStation in general, and it's still, balance-wise, same game. Actually, in many ways, the same game, more than some people would like. It's about, but, and some of the differences favor the PlayStation version too, actually. But, that said, they're both great, they're amazing. One final tiny note, because we were talking about Leon's rushing uppercut. The correct direction to evade it, if you have a read on it and you want to use evade against it, but do remember that the evade has to start during the startup frames. If you evade before Leon does it, you're gonna get hit because you cannot evade attacks before the attack. It fails automatically. Anyways, the correct direction is to Leon's back, which is the most common direction you should be trying to evade against Leon. In Virtua Fighter, you're going to evade either to their back side where their back is facing, or their front side where their chest is facing. Or if you want to evade towards the butt. If it makes it easier, look at the front leg is the same direction as the back. So if you're looking at Aui's front leg in this match here, right, I could tell you at each time where it's at. Her front leg or her back side is basically down, right? And then watch it change in a bit, right? It's still down. Down is to evade it. If I want to evade to Aui's back, it would be evading down. Okay, now where is it? Now that we start the new round. Now if I evade to her back, it's up, right? Because her front leg, that's where her front leg is, that's where her butt's pointing. So down. Now down is going to would be evading. Now up. You can see in Virtua Fighter stances change a lot. That's a big difference from Tekken. In Tekken, everyone except for Horong is like almost always in an orthodox stand, a right-hander stance in Tekken. But Virtua Fighter doesn't do that. Virtua Fighter, everyone's a switch hitter in this game. They can be southpaw, they can be orthodox. They're just born cheap in this game. And they can switch. So yeah. And so the correct logic for evading is based on their front side or their back side. Now when you're learning the game, it's understandable that you're going to use up or down because you're trying to build technique, you're building muscle memory, you're getting used to doing evades, and so that's natural to have a preference for down or a preference for up, and that it's technique based, it's based on comfort. In the long run, you do want to start evading based on front or back because that's the correct way, but also because when you evade intentionally based on front or back, you exercise control in the match. When you evade based on just up or just based on down, you give your opponent the opportunity to exert control over you. And so technically you would prefer to be the one that has a little more control than your opponent. It doesn't mean you're so terrible. It's okay if that's what you're dealing with for a while. It's okay if you're going to go on the logic of, well, when they figure out which way I evade, then I'm going to mix it up. That's fine too. But I will tell you, one is more proactive about winning first, and the other is more reactive and responding, and might be hard to course correct. But it's performance management. Do what you can do and work within the range of your skills to do good answers. But this is a fun game where you can constantly keep building skills. If you like learning and you like constantly building more and more skill application on a functional level, Virtua Fighter is very good at that. It'll keep feeding you. It's very hard to be starved on things to work on in this game. So there's always little things you get to keep work on and do better. Even when Final Showdown was had its run of 13 years. Until Revo last month, 2 months ago now. Hey, Thula, nice to meet you. My name is Chanchai. I'll give a shout out to you, and so you can see. And feel free to follow me, but always happy to be here as much as I can on every Sunday. So, Thula, nice to meet you. We'll put a heart there too.
Yeah, he's also that's Chanchai. He's streaming also under Chanchai_VF. If you want to watch from his point of view when he plays in the North America League. I think we have 2 more matches remaining for North America before we start the third league. Let's see. Yeah, 2 more matches, then we'll start when there's 6 players. So definitely lots of room. So if you're still on the PSN side, join and play. Condor and Jan Weber here. On the Europe side, Kalama is playing against Wasti Tachikoma.
Round 1. Ready, go!
This is an exciting battle. These are 2 players that really love to guess. So, Virtua Fighter might, quote-unquote, not be as set play heavy, but set play is happening whenever you're doing a forced guessing style of playing. And Lei Fei embodies it, but so does Kage, when Kage uses his stances. So here, you see how Kage looks like he's holding a sword, like he's ready to do the Bato stance, right? That's what we call the Shippuden stance. You can think of Naruto Shippuden if you're old enough to know Naruto. Because nowadays we're in an era where Naruto is the old thing now, right? Even though there's Boruto. So Shippuden stance is the sword, is like the I'm gonna hit you with the sword strike stance. That stance is usually forcing a kind of whiff punishment type of guessing game. Like he's threatening to kind of whiff punish you. He's doing it to zone and hit you, and but sometimes he's checking to see if you're gonna make a mistake against it. So he is forcing a mix-up usually from mid-range with it. That said, he has another stance where he crosses his arms in front of him. We call that Jumonji stance. You can think of, the board game, storybook Jumanji, even though it's Jumonji. But Jumonji stance is a force read game where he's trying to crush you. He's anticipating that you're going to attack, and he's going to pick an option that should crush the attack that he thinks you're going to do. Do most people only play a few important key moves entirely in this game? I feel like I don't know which move my character currently cycling in this game. So that's a really good question about VF, and it is part of why it gets very confusing when you're learning Virtua Fighter. And because Virtua Fighter is not as much emphasizing the big, special, spectacular move, right? That's the amazing thing about most fighting game design, is that they'll build the character around that. That signature move just tells you what you should do. And in Virtua Fighter, the theme is, as Chad eloquently put it, the theme is cinematic martial arts. The ideas of martial arts influenced either by Chinese writings in fiction or in martial arts film, especially inspired by Bruce Lee, but also other martial arts films. So Virtua Fighter is about that. So it's about styles. It's about having a whole array of moves working all together in a system that represents, that your character represents. And this can get very confusing, but at the core, everybody has the boxing. They have jabs. The 5 best moves in the game: high jab, low jab, elbow, throw, and defense. Those are actually the 5 best moves in the game. Everything else is flourishing from that. So, do most people only play a few important key moves entirely in this game? So the big moves have very specific, not specific uses. They have varied functional uses, but they have a place. And the stronger you sense your opponent, or the stronger you sense the opportunity to exploit your opponent, the more those extra bigger moves have their opportunity or can be used effectively and strongly. But a lot of times you are pressuring with the jab, the elbow, the low punch, and then a few other moves. You're using strings to kind of put some pressure, but in this game, the strings don't lock you in. They don't lock you in very well at all. They just put pressure on you. But here's the sin. If you're fighting like the middleweight and the lightweight characters and they start pressuring you with string, most of the time just doing a low punch is going to stop it. Low punch kills most strings. And if the low punch happens before the string, then the low punch usually kills it too. Now heavyweight characters are a little different, because heavyweight characters will have something like, they'll have like punch mid, right? They'll have like high mid. And so when you try to, and the two high punches, if you block the first one, you're going to get stuck blocking the second one. So now if you try to low punch that, then yeah, you can, Jeffrey or Wolf will uppercut you with the third part of their string. So high mid strings are very strong at a developing level, because they can't get low punched, but almost everything else will get low punched. You might be wondering if those moves are ever useful at all, and they do get useful at a higher level of play. So that's really ironic, right? The thing that doesn't work against developing intermediate players becomes good against strong players. Virtua Fighter is very cyclical like that. We'll get into that another time, but you're going to start seeing, but signature moves are always strong too. It's just kind of learning how you're going to use them, because you can see all the move lists being used. Maybe not the big one that you remember, or the one that had the biggest impact in your mind is not being used so often, but you're seeing a lot of different moves being used a lot, and you're seeing people constructing their path to victory in this game with the large array of moves. But the fun thing that I can tell you is this: in Virtua Fighter, more than 99% of the moves in this game are good. They're useful. There is a place to put them. There is a way to use them very well. Hologram Mike Ross, it's so good to see you. Hope you've been having fun in Chicago. Thank you very much, Akai. Everyone, good luck, have fun in the league. I'll see you soon. Hologram Mike Ross, love to have you in my Twitch. I love seeing you, man. It was just wonderful meeting you 2 years ago, more than a year and a half ago. I hope to see you again soon. I am so glad you're playing. You did tell me that if this game came to PC, you'd be playing it, and I'm so happy to see that you're playing it. I've never forgotten you, Hologram Mike Ross. But you're a hard person to forget, too. And see, you know when, like, Elblaze rushes you like that, which is his signature? He's forcing guesses. He is scary because he is a character that forces these damn guesses. So good. Tell Dave I said hi. Both of you guys are so wonderful, you know. And Also, I loved it when you were. Well, I loved all of our discussions, especially in the lever community too. Like both fighting games and everything, and I still love and I still enjoy your Twitter when I see your posts. Look at this. I love how Reaper and I are actually progressing our the way that we're fighting each other actually, and I like it. I like it a lot. That was so dumb of me to do. It's so obvious. I brain froze there. I didn't expect him to stop. What I love about Virtua Fighter, you can fight your way out of a paper bag. Why? Because you're not locked. You're not that locked. You're soft locked, but you're not fully locked. You always have agency, and that's why it is always your turn in this game. You always have agency in this game. Some people are like, isn't that true of all fighting games? I wouldn't say that. So, not this way. Not in this way. Good game. That was great. He's just like, your lows are so risky. I'm gonna crush it, just like Bruce Levestia crushed your lows. Ah, okay. So, Onue Lito, nice to have you here. So that stance is when you hit back and all three. So try not to hit back when you hit all three. You can do down, you can do up, you can do neutral. Try not to do back. Try not to do away from your opponent, unless you intend to do that stance. So that's my tip about that stance. Yeah. So glad that things are going good in Chicago. I had so much fun watching Frosty Fastings. You know, Chicago has always been a special heart of the fighting game community, and I love that it's even doubly so in this era. Midnight, that is excellent. I am loving these exchanges. I like what they're going for. I like their options. Really good stuff. Leon is actually very scary for Aoi, for the record. Why is Leon scary for Aoi? He can totally go... He can double down against her defensive techniques. He can totally do that. If she decides that she's going to use defensive techniques, he can increase the risk of doing those. Because he can attack. He doesn't have all the best attacks, but he has good attacks at all attack levels and of different types, whether they are like two-handed attack or whether they are low attacks, right? This counter hit launcher being a low is really mean against Aoi. Because of this, right? That's because of counter hit. And it can counter hit for a number of reasons. Mainly because it beats an attack, but it also is a counter hit when it is it's also a counter hit when they try to reversal, and they tried to reverse mid, which is the more common one. The rare case where they try to reverse high. Now you've turned the reversal game into a real three-way guessing game with high stakes, because he can launch high, he can launch mid, and he can launch low. Ka is another great teacher. If you're in the Hawaii area, sorry for the loud. Sorry, I've got I have I've had bronchitis for about 5 weeks. It sucks since right after Christmas. And growing up, I think for about like 20 years, like from the age of like 15 to 35, I'd almost always every year have like bronchitis or strep throat or something respiratory like that. I don't smoke, just just how my lungs are, I guess. But it's this year, it's a good reminder of what it was like to be 35. I'm 45, by the way. So yeah.
Round one. Ready, go!
So awesome. I had a lot of fun with that. Yeah. So you just have to get a certain sets of viruses, and your bronchitis is triggered, right? So it sucks, and it could last a long time for the coughing. You're no longer contagious beyond the first week, but you are having a cough for quite a while sometimes. Look at that. He read that so hard. Condor is going for crushes now, right? They really just, they're like, I got hit, but I don't care. And that's true, right? It is always your turn. He got hit, he still attacked, and it was correct. And it beat an attack because it crushed. I had something cool I could have done there. This movement that I did cost me, because I actually was gonna beat that, but I did the movement. Oh, that was so good. Look at that. I love that he did that kick. That kick called this out. That kick called this out. That was such a fun battle. Thank you very much, Condor. I had a blast with that battle. I feel you, man. I was going to say, Ka is a player who, well, one, online, he's a great teacher. Also a great teacher of VF. Great coach. And great teacher of other fighting games as well. He plays a lot of fighting games. He's good at them. Ka is also an amazing community member in the Hawaii FGC. Rayblade and Ka have done so much for Hawaiian, for Honolulu fighting games that, like, you always got to give a special shout out to them for all their efforts, their work. They're putting up with one another and being there for their community. So really love you guys and appreciate you guys. I'm not in Hawaii, but you guys make people that are not in Hawaii jealous of Hawaii even more than they might have been before.
Ready, go! Knockout.
Good read. Good read. Good read.
Round two. Ready,
Hope you guys like those reads.
Round three. Ready,
Oh, I thought he was gonna go for the kick here. That guard break is so good there. Oh my god.
Round 4. Ready?
Oh, that was such an exciting round.
Round 5.
Anime players are great at that. I agree. I've had a very good experience with anime players as well. But I think this generation has been really pretty amazing at learning fighting games and understanding them. I think it's definitely the best generation at it. I thought I got him with this. I thought that was so awesome. Really good battle, my friend. Good battle, Ripper. Really good battle. That was great. That was so much fun. I'm just in the mood to just have fun today, but it was really, really fun. I love seeing the way that he's playing. I love seeing the way that Condor's playing. I don't have a good record today. Normally I'm the person who only loses maybe one match, but this is a lot of fun. This is really good as Virtua Fighter. You're doing well, and also I love seeing how much better Lilac Phoenix is right now. I make it very, very hard for Eileen, so. This is the risk, though.
Round 2. Ready?
Alright, Lilac, what do you got? Good. Good use of your 11 frame jab. You're doing great, Lilac. You really are. I'm making it very hard, but you're doing. Excellent choice. Oh, that was excellent choice right there. Did you test Revo? I do. I am having a blast with Revo. I support all versions of the game. I am having a blast playing Revo. I haven't played it as much. I've been busy, but I have been playing it. And last night I have on my YouTube channel, also Chanchai VF. I had these amazing battles with KNR from St. Louis yesterday, and you can watch them on the channel. But unfortunately, I was getting used to Steam's recorder feature. Good game, Lilac. Very good game. I was getting used to Steam's recorder, and I didn't record the audio. I'm sorry for that. So I apologize that there's no audio on the video. But the battles are insane. There's lots of fun. Leon versus Akira and KNR. They are a lot like today's battles in this league battle, where we're really going for stuff and we're trying. That we kind of up the risk a little, but actually not. KNR's way of playing isn't exactly high risk, but it's very scary. It shows you how relentless Akira can be, and it shows you how he could be aggressive while covering a variety of options. It's hard to see it, but but what you can see is very fun and easy to appreciate. So. Alright, congratulations, Condor. That was an amazing win, but also these battles were so much fun. I had a blast in that league battle. Everybody just, it was really good VF through the whole league battle. Really good VF. Thank you all for the matches. That VF was so much fun. Alright. Oh, I didn't have it on speaker. Anyways, that was a lot of fun. Really good stuff. Everyone played really good VF. I had a great time. Oh, Mystic Mouse, good games. Yeah, thank you very much, Kai. You have a good one as well. Let's see how things go here.
Ready, go!
I do need to look for that, yeah. I feel differences, but I don't know exactly which differences they are. Obviously, there's the fidelity difference because of the resolution, but or like how clean some of the textures look, and the lighting pops out a bit more as a result, I think.
Round two.
Yeah.
Ready, go!
But
Ring out. Round three. Ready, go! Knockout. I am the ultimate.
alright, Reaper, let's do this. Always fun. I need to see the Go leather costume. I actually haven't seen it in Revo yet, so I will need to check that out. Blaze is so much fun.
Ready,
I like the low kick punch. I do like not seeing rollbacks, by the way. For me, I actually am of the opinion that Ultimate Showdown's netcode is very good for delay-based netcode. Like, it's a really good delay-based netcode.
ready,
But you do have to be very good at buffering to really reap the benefits of that. But I like how close to perfect the information is. There are some things that are a little harder to do. Blocking low is one of them. but overall, everything is manageable. So I personally love the netcode in the PS4 version of the game. I like the netcode on Revo a lot, and I think it gives a lot of players what they do want, right? A lot of players don't like any kind of speed difference, and so they're sensitive to that. But also, like I said, if you're not buffering, you're going to be late. Even offline, you will be. And so when you're not buffering, that netcode experience can be rougher, and rollback allows you to not have to feel that delay, and that delay will not tilt you then. Yeah, the hard part is that I have to think on my feet when the rollback happens, and that's okay. I treat that as a opportunity to work on another kind of skill, which is like rewiring my brain on the fly, like rewiring my options on the fly, and it actually has made me get a little sharper about when I change my options.
Hey, Chanchai, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I got that fixed. Alright, the North America, there's a room still being played between some players remaining. The Europe League will be doing the third one very soon. Got 2 more matches. So those who want to join for the Europe side, room number is 30240, code 0202. Information on the bottom of the stream. This is Ghosties. I'm glad to, there's a lot of new players that I'm not familiar with their names, so I'm glad to see a lot. I have to learn this. Update the
Agent Cube, it is a big point though, because that what you're making about Jean and with rollback, because when you have that consistent speed of play, the good thing is for Jean plays a lot of neutral. Jean does a lot of keep away, and Jean is of course going to be strong in delay based netcode too, but that can be a very frustrating thing, right? Playing so much neutral and keep away. In rollback, it's going to feel a lot better than in delay, and also the way that Jean plays, he's not hit confirming that much. A little bit, but not as much as like the standard VF character does, because a lot of his move is based on normal hit, and counter hit's a bonus. And so he's not going crazy on like counter hit moves to set stuff up. So he's not spamming against a probable guard but hoping to catch a barre. He's just trying to hit people. And so because of that, the rollback experience is going to feel like you're going to feel that constant speed and pace, and you're going to love that. And you're not going to have to deal with the rollback issues nearly as much. You will when they evade, right? So the main thing that you worry about with rollback is when you get the evade rollback. They evaded, but on your view, you saw it as a hit. But in this game, you can react enough. You can respond enough to deal with that, but it is tough. But that's the only thing Jean has to worry about, is when they just last second evade. Or if he does like the charge attack and it shows that they got hit and it rolls back into them evading, right? But aside from that, Jean definitely is not going to suffer the rollback stuff much, and he's going to really love that experience. So I definitely see what you're saying, and I think it's a very good point. And the thing is Jean does want to play with that speed, because he's doing a lot of keep away, he does do whiff punish, but it's more keep away and mix up from range, and just trying to score hits, But it might get a bit confusing when you get into Jean's side turn game. That's might be where you'll feel like, okay, those rollbacks, I need to just get used to that. Is if you start and Jean has a good side game. It's harder to do, but he's got a good side game, like an assault on the opponent's side.
Alright, this is the last match before we start for the Europe League. Got 10 players. That's great. Dead in pool. It's great to see Kalama, who got first and third place today.
Congratulations.
Still playing. Akedos, and the Akai player. I'll cheer for the Pi players.
Heavyweights are
Gold T.
nothing to me.
Level 24. Hey, Waznov joined back again. Awesome. Mister's here. Mister got second in the second league.
Very good to see Rasanov active again. So.
Yeah, he participated on and off in the Europe leagues and PSN.
I see.
And did went to participate in the Global Showdown.
Yeah, they had a good showing there too.
This round one. Ready, go!
I see. So you were definitely a Vanessa offensive style player, Dr. Korean. Yeah, it seems like the defensive stance took out a lot of grades.
They definitely nerfed the offense stance and buffed the defense stance. I do watch Vanessa players having to course correct the 9K change because they're so used to crushing lows with it, and now they have to just 9P. And that's risky, but 9P has always been a really amazing low crush. And so, but it's a hard adjustment because when you do that 9K and then you get counter hit for it, that's not a fun feeling. And I definitely relate. But fortunately, she does still have low crush tools like 9P, which is like one of the best low crushes in the whole game. But and it should be mostly used as a low crush. If you use it too much in the neutral, it just loses when you start fighting players that just do a lot of movement and reactive play.
Oh, also congratulations, Dr. Korean. I believe you won your offline local event at
In Germany, right?
Solingen, Germany.
Yeah.
I hope I'm pronouncing that your city name correctly.
Germany, that German scene is such an awesome scene. I love that seemingly out of nowhere, they have this offline Virtua Fighter scene there, and it's been exciting, and they've produced great players within the past year. So I think I'm always excited to see how they do, and I love the energy that their players bring to the online Virtua Fighter community. And Dr. Kurian's been posting a lot lately, so Dr. Kurian, shout outs to you. Really good stuff. I love their posts. I love how enthusiastic they are, Virtua Fighter, and congratulations on the
King Car. Also, King Car is the person who is he the owner of Insert Games? That's the venue, and he's also organizing the online events. Thursday League for European region players, Thursday nights. So another league option for those interested. Alright, maybe we'll upgrade the screen and then I'll go step back out.
I'm so used to the old one. I keep forgetting that I'm still going to be standing after this. That was like me trying to hit a Kemi. I love how assertive Reaper is now. I love it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, Reaper. The confidence in these sequence, the confidence in the Abari is wonderful. And 4-6K will win. Good to know. Really good battle, Reaper. That was a lot of fun. I loved it.
I've got the advantage. You've got
Okay, be back in 10-15 minutes.
Alright. I'll hold the fort then. This is a very fun room, so everyone feel free to join this room. It's on PlayStation Network, and if you see the room hosted by Akai, The password is today's date. It's 0202.
Start running.
Happy February, everyone. Hope for those that celebrate Lunar New Year, I hope they had a wonderful Lunar New Year.
Go.
My family had a very nice one. Yeah, there was a delay hiccup right there, but it's really good. It could just be on my end as a replay viewer. I know for a lot of people coming into Virtua Fighter, they're disappointed that there's no replays. It is, as a Virtua Fighter player, it is disappointing that Ultimate Showdown and Revo do not have a replay system, because Virtua Fighter was probably the first game to have the first fighting game to have replays, at least of a main game, because that happened in Virtua Fighter 4 on the PlayStation 2. In fact, I still have some of my replays from playing in New York. From the VF4 launch time on PlayStation 2. Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, Virtua Fighter 5, Virtua Fighter 5 Online Edition, Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, all had replays. But Ultimate Showdown decided to scrap it. I do think it's one of those things where it was just a cut choice, partly just like allowed because they knew that that people do record matches, people stream, and the systems now record. But I think it's just something that they just chose. Okay, well, we're not happy with where it's at, and we might just nix it, and maybe one day we'll fix it, and they never did. So it is too bad. I do expect the future Virtua Fighter, the new Virtua Fighter, to have, if it's meant to be a competitive game, which they said it is, then I do believe it will have modern replay features, and maybe innovative ones too. I'm hoping, because Virtua Fighter has constantly innovated in things like this. In the arcade, through VFNet, you could have it send you could have it send your matches in video form with the frame data. In Japan, Japanese arcades, they could do that in a lot of the VF titles that had VFNet. VFNet was a real pioneer in the arcade that gave a lot of features for mobile users and for terminal users at the arcade. And so let's hope the future new Virtua Fighter game has all the replays and all the cool features like that. And I believe it will, because Virtua Fighter, it is in its DNA to do that. Virtua Fighter, also, Ghost Training data? Virtua Fighter 2 on the Sega Saturn had trainable AI, because it would have a mode where you could train the AI, and that's basically what you were doing every time you played. I'm getting hiccups against Reaper. I'm getting real hiccups against Reaper. I don't know if it's from me, but I'm getting a lot of hiccups from Reaper. I haven't experienced this type of stuttering before, and that's okay. Normally, Reaper and I never have these issues. So you can see some of these things hiccup and change, and it is affecting the float, right? But it's okay. I love what we're doing. It's just too bad some things are getting affected, and some decisions are being hesitant because I'm trying to see how it's going to resolve. You can't crouch here. Okay. You're going to have to attack. That's really good. That's really good. Good game, Reaper. Well, on the replays, I don't think it's that, because the servers store replays. So let's say something. You see the VFTV feature in the main menu, and you see how we're playing League match, and we're watching matches as they happen. Those are all replay activity. Replay is very low intensive. It is. And VFTV is running replays. The replays are being stored If you want to know my guess, just my intuition tells me is that, and I've said this many times before, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a dumb little reason where they had the replays and they're like, I don't like how when we have a hit spark, the cloud lingers when we go to this other. It doesn't look good on the replay. It doesn't look good when we're frame stopping on the replay, which we can do since VF4. It doesn't look good when we change, when we go like we were watching the instant replay and the hit happened, but they hit start, so now we're in the second round and we see the cloud still there. We just don't like how it looks in replay. So maybe, and we don't think we can finish this. We don't think we can fix the replay system until, like before we're releasing the game in 2021 June, but the higher ups say we must release this game by that week. Why? Because this game was justified as the 60th anniversary of Sega, and it's an anniversary project, and if we're late, if we miss that, we've gone a full year after the anniversary. So maybe we'll just table it. We'll fix it later. But right now, PlayStation has recording features, and people stream and people upload to YouTube. They have a hard drive that can store the video, and we have our VFTV working, and it doesn't have the issues we're worried about. So, maybe they don't need replays. I'm pretty sure that's, to me, my gut feeling tells me that's how the decision was probably made. Something like dumb like that. As a player, it doesn't make as much sense. As a dev, I think you can see it, or like you're like, yeah, okay, I can see them doing that. I mean, I think it's like a team of like 4 or 5 people that were working on the game. So, you see all the names because they're giving credits to people who contribute and different parts of the chain. But it's a very small team that worked on this game, for Ultimate Showdown and on Revo. And in fact, it surprised me that Revo's production, not the pre-production, was like greenlit like years ago, but the actual production started like last summer, like in June. It's like, really? This game's dev window, like production dev window, is like 5 months. So,
I'm back, guys. Europe League is ongoing. I'm going to try play a little bit on some casual matches with a PS4 controller and not on the actual monitor display. Just do the OBS. We'll see how that goes.
Round one. Ready?
Let's see. I think, are we actually seeing all of Kamana matches again? I think so. And how many matches has we got? 4 rounds in, so we got 5 more rounds to go. Like Razanov playing Brad this time. Currently in the top. No losses. Mr. Kalama is with just 1 loss. We see a rematch between Kalama and Mr. I believe Mr. defeated Kalama in the second league today. Mr. was second, Kalama third. This is a good match to watch.
That sounds good. Tell me more about Rivals' matchmaking experience, Agent Cube.
I'm sorry, were you talking to me, Chanchai?
No, Agent Cube was talking about how they would like Virtua Fighter 6 to have a matchmaking experience like I think like Marvel Rivals, and I don't know what that experience would be like, but it sounds really interesting.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. How to break Wolf's ground throw. Okay, so there are 2 ground throws. His positioning one is down, punch and guard. His damage one is down, forward, punch and guard. So 3 P plus G. Good to see you, Akai. I'm sad that you don't play in the league battles, but I'm glad. Oh, okay.
Dang it! No,
But, yeah,
that. I was typing and forgot to press stop.
I see. But yeah, yeah. Akai was putting it in there so you can see down punch and guard or down forward punch and guard. That is all ground throws follow that. Now Wolf and Jeffrey have repositions on down and damage on down forward. Aoi just does damage, and it's the same ground throw, but it's just you have to guess which direction she did. And there's no visual cues. The only way you know is you either escaped it or you tried the other escape and it didn't work. So, and that's true for a lot of other characters too. Like Go is also just damage, and yeah, and L-Blaze, right? But when in the case of like Jeffrey and Wolf, they have positional ones that are on down. Does Taka have a positional ground throw?
I think so. Because that maybe is a low throw.
Okay. He does have a positional low throw. I'm just not sure if he has the ground throw one.
Yeah.
Very good.
Comment versus Dr. Korean on my stream. We want to watch the North America room play. Go look at Chanchai stream. Chanchai _ VF. We get to see the little small in picture.
So Agent Cube, I agree. I like that idea. So what Agent Cube was saying was that in Rivals, whatever you do, it's doing matchmaking, which I think is actually the standard in a lot of online games now too. Like, you know, like that you can do almost any activity, not just training mode, right? Virtua Fighter, it puts you in a training mode, and we like that. But we would like to be able to do other things like play single player mode, customize our character, change our training mode settings. But though I do think that the worry is that you're going to be stuck in a menu and you're going to accidentally confirm or do something when that prompt pops up. But I think, you know, you just design the prompt so that it, you know, that it doesn't worry about that. But I think it would be nice to have a lot more things you could do during the wait for the queue. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I agree.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Am I?
Knockout.
Playing on OBS screen is actually works still.
Round 2.
My connection with Contra is pretty good, so.
Okay, excellent. I love the way everybody in the league match is playing today. Really, really love it. Hey, Last Out, good to see you. Thanks for your support on Twitter as well, and hope you've been doing really well. Very good to see you. Or maybe it was on Discord that I saw your support.
Round
But
3.
regardless, thank you for all your support. Pi is considered one of the maybe the strongest character in the game right now. However, I'll give you a list that I was given. The 4 characters to watch out for in the current patch, speculatively. Pi, Eileen, Kage, and Taka. Now Taka, it's very speculative.
This on top.
What's that?
I would say Aoi. It should be one considered also.
I think so too. I think Aoi is still incredibly strong, even after the nerfs.
But I think with Taka is mainly because fuzzy question. I don't know why he truly has a safe bet.
Yeah, but I do think that the nerfs that had been done to him really did do a number on him. But and his damage potential is a bit lower, right? Like his half circle forward throw is lower damage. His kick guard P I think doesn't punish the way it used to. So I think, but he has P plus K. And so, just by doing Fuzzy Guard P plus K, he's doing a reasonable damage every time you whiff a high or a throw. And so, and 4 P plus K if done fast enough. Like if they whiff a high, 4 P plus K is really scary. So I think his ability to punish on whiff is big. So I think he's gonna play more like a boxer at higher level play. I do think it's something you're not going to see as egregious because this is not something a beginner can do. But we'll see how it plays out. But I was having fun playing around with him, and his new mobility does, yeah, it feels pretty crazy. It feels like it was fun doing like fuzzy guard attack. It was fun doing fuzzy guard react and attack, and it just felt wild to be that mobile with Taka. To crouch dash into so many things, right? You're like, well, maybe his downing guard is still slow. Yeah, but he can still crouch dash into downing guard. You know? So you just crouch dash even more. You know? So.
Playing against Waznef on my stream. Waznef did give Kama his first loss of league on the first league.
Did they change that? That's no longer punishable?
Nope. It's punishable. I don't think it's slightly off, maybe.
I was just slow, okay.
Should still be like minus 13.
Yeah, because I did my 13 frame punisher.
Yeah. I'm used to eating your kick on your burst.
Yeah, I just did it too late, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fudo is always amazing, so I'm really glad to see them playing Revo. I'm glad to hear that, and I hope they will play more Revo. I hope Sega will help. It does seem like Sega is trying to do a lot more player support, too, when it comes to Revo. Very good battle.
Oh, thanks. GG's Chanchai. Thanks for the follow on Gino TV and for the subscription. Really appreciate it.
I want a serious fight.
Yeah, being able to.
Well, between Vazinov and Kalma here.
Very nice. Lazo says, I would love to have the ability to watch our replays during the waiting room. Love that too. We wish we would have replay takeover in this game, but sadly no. But again, I'm excited to see what feature innovations they do in the new Virtua Fighter.
To your statement, Marco, Wesley Tachigoma, I think for the follow-up one. I think maybe you might be revealing a lot more stronger players or people you're not familiar with, just because I think you might have started a little late in Ultimate Showdown, and so there's a lot of players that kind of stopped playing or not frequently playing anymore. And so maybe you're seeing a little more people coming out, and so you're realizing them.
That's really good.
The event that I used to talk like maybe false scenes and stuff. I think the ace for those who finished in top 8, one of them was just like really new, which was that everyone else has been playing for a while. Just maybe just not. Again, I think one of the issues with the Virtua Fighter scene outside of Japan is that not enough broadcasting to people all the players. Hey, Bugger, yeah. Just whoever wants to go in and play in the room, definitely do so. Passcode is 0202. This is a PSN side. Not Steam.
Yep, this is in America too on Casuals and the room hosted by Akai on PlayStation Network.
Definitely with the Japan side, they've been doing this because I've been kind of following the scene for like really seriously for the last 10 or 15 years. When I was trying to promote Final Showdown when it was released, I'm a little bit more familiar with the Japanese players. Hosting these league sessions, I'm learning a lot more players from Europe and also North America. Because I did take about 5 years break from the online community.
Nice. Damn, look at that. That is Lei Fei's wall death. So good.
But doing these dual leagues, I actually hate to watch a chance for all the players participate in the leagues. So apologies. Hopefully as I get more students, I could actually learn more about the people who's participating. Alright, what's that? Oh, that is the final match. Alright, so the second Condor, you picked me up and but first, congratulations Razana for getting first place. Mr. his second place finish, and Kalima his for his third place finish. Thanks everyone for everybody playing. Let me just get this squirrel here so I get area information.
Sorry for all the coughs.
No, just hopefully you feel better soon, Chanchai.
I hope so too. It drives me nuts.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for the leagues today. Thank you again, North America and Europe. We'll do this every week. We'll do this. So I'll go mention this afterwards. Let me. You guys can continue playing the room if you guys want, or that's end.
I'm playing for a little more, but just a bit more.
Yeah. I think the European side is still playing, so we'll leave it there. Alright, thank you. Sorry, Condor. I'm ready. Let's get this match in, and
Alright. Yeah, last out. I visited Kingo at his. We played in Kingo's apartment last year and a half ago in November of 2022, and it was just really, really wonderful in 2023, and it was really, really wonderful to meet Kingo, and to and we just had a blast. I had so much fun playing with Kingo. They let me use their arcade stick that they won in the Street Fighter X Tekken tournament because we were playing on his PlayStation 3. Because for that trip... What's that?
Is this Kingo's Street Fighter X Tekken stick?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually one from VF Circuit that I ran.
Oh, okay. So he got it from Akai for winning the VF Circuit. Okay. But yeah, so...
Yeah, Madcast and Markman was very kind and provided a lot of joysticks.
I see.
People.
Yeah, so Kingo had that, and so we took it out of the box, and I played with that one because during that trip, I won't say where we were, just out of respect for people's privacy of where they live. But during that trip, when I visited that country, um, I didn't bring a fighting game controller because I didn't want to annoy my wife with like how much I would be carrying if I did that. So I only brought like my Junk Food Arcade's Snack Box Micro, and so I was fine to play on that, but I would much prefer to play on a stick. And so Kingo said, well, he does have an arcade stick, and so he let me use that arcade stick, and we had a blast. Had so much fun playing. Just it played Leon and Aoi. We played for about 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours, and it was so much fun, so much fun. I love fighting Kingo. So
He's Condor.
yeah, he is a wonderful
He changed
person.
his,
He's quiet.
Did you change the link to Homestay's YouTube channel? This is Tetsugo no Heida.
Yeah. It's still Tetsuko Yamada, right? Or did they change it to Homestay? They changed it to Homestay Akira? Okay. That makes sense, though. Even though credit to Homestay Akira's wife, Tetsuko Yamada, who is an amazing organizer. She's like a manager for him as well as an organizer for the whole Japanese VF community. She's amazing. And because of her, Blessy and the European community got to form Global Showdown really well and get the Japanese players in Europe.
Yeah, it used to be it's actually on the subtitle right now as Tetsuko no Heya, it's Tetsuko's room. But I think for branding, they're putting that under his name, Homestay Akira. Which they will be Homestay, and a lot of the players from the Kanto region is going to go to southern Japan, Fukuoka, to participate in the Tenchin Cup. That is the 5-on-5 team tournament. It's actually going to be the first 5-on-5 team tournament in which as part of VFR, the one who organized the tribe, it's also going to be the first time they're using VREVO as a game. So yeah, it's a change of the time because the VFR will have to kind of figure out what they're going to be doing with now the Final Showdown is not the most current version of the game. There is the ES version on a different type of console, on a different type of arcade cabinet, where they maybe is going to go to use some type of PC setup. Because there's a lot of game centers there that will have to figure out how they're going to do their events. Tenjin Cup. It'll be streamed in that channel that Dr. Kuyan link, and that'll be in February. But the team that Homestay will be participating in is Homestay, Yu, a very strong Zero player, Homotaro, a very strong Jeffrey player, Jin, a very strong Kage player, and I think it's Babukichi, a strong Akai player. If you look at that is the Tenjin Cup. Team number 12 in the Kanto region is the return of the Tetsuko no Heya team.
That was really, really fun.
But you player that Chanchai likes, Full Swing, will be participating in it, since Full Swing is from the southern area of Japan.
Full Swing is an amazing Leon player. Hey, Rusty, good to have you in the room. Very good game, Condor. Thank you so much. I had a blast with that game. Akai, missed it again.
I missed it again? Shimata. That's what happens.
I'll try to call it out in the future.
It's okay. I think we're going to close the room up soon. Let's see, who's still on defense, whom to main, not tomorrow. I'll do a big tournament, but I'll try and play weekly so I can see a lot of characters. But yeah, and you're more than welcome to just try out all the characters in the leagues too. It's perfectly fine. But it's one character per league though. Some people like to play like the best characters, to get the top 3 results. Some just use it to their alts. So use the Akai leagues that I run as basically kind of your local venue that you go into test things out and play. Your local online venue. That's what I said there. From America. I'm not sure where you're from, Wedgie, though, TV, if you're from Europe or North America. Alright, who are you? You're about to end also. Did you participate today, Wedgie, or let's see, there's still 3 people in the Europe room. Mr. VF5REVO, 40i4, and Fulty. I'm not familiar with Fulty. So I'm glad to see all these different names. But if you play on the Steam and you did participate in the PSN side, if you have a different nickname, let me know.
Nice.
I'm trying to keep track of players and everything. So,
I like a lot of what Rusty does. Okay, here we go. Let's get used to this.
Alright, let's go end this here. You'll be ending soon, right, Chanchai? So maybe go find someone else to raid.
Alright. Nice choice. Nice choice. Nice. Okay, understand. Interesting. Interesting.
VF4 tutorial, okay. Some more the advanced technique stuff is not used no more, like no more multiple throw escapes. And I think that's the main thing that you just should worry about. No more multiple throw escapes. But most of the stuff on the VF4 should help. There's some actually really good beginners videos also. But there's a lot of different ways for you to a lot of resources available for people trying to learn the game, and not one of them is the best way. You just figure out what works best for you and stick to it. And there's plenty of veterans in this game that's more than willing to help. If you have just ask, and someone will mostly try to answer your questions.
Ready, go!
Alright, let's see who is. So how are you enjoying Rebel so far, Chanchai? I'm not sure if I asked you that. I'm kind of.
I haven't played as much, but I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm really enjoying it a lot. I haven't played it much, but I've been enjoying it so much. It's great. All the different netcodes have all their pros and cons, but overall, I think a lot of people are loving it.
Round 2.
It is really nice how gorgeous it is on a decent PC, and you do kind of notice it. You kind of notice like the lighting and the resolution really, and then of course the smoothness too. But I'm loving playing all of it. I've been playing both versions a lot throughout the week, so it's great to see the energy of the players that are so excited that the game is on PC. That's been probably the best, right? Is seeing the energy of all the players that are excited to be playing this game on PC. So we'll see how that keeps going, but so far it's going great. We're seeing good numbers, and we're seeing good enthusiasm. I do. I think we do see some matchmaking issues, but I'm glad Sega has already announced some of the things they're doing. Right? They told players at Frosty that a Wi-Fi indicator is going to come, and then they confirmed that later.
Yeah, it was confirmed.
They also said there will be regional prioritizing, because it is true that I did get a lot of matchups with what seems like maybe it's Asia or Japan. But
make sure wait about 5 seconds or so. It'll become more accurate. Sometimes the green connection will turn down to orange and red, and sometimes the red connection you see at the very beginning will turn to a full green connection.
Yeah, most people
have to
been
wait
doing
4 to 5 seconds.
Yeah. No, for sure. That said, I personally will accept all of them because I enjoy them, but I am stopping to watch to see like if it does change. Um, but I've been having a lot of fun. I've been having an absolute blast playing Revo, and I'm really happy for it. I just wish I wasn't as busy as I was. That's all. But that just means that it's been that much fun. So yeah.
It wasn't up. I actually I accepted several red that turned to green in rank, and they were good. So I just think that very initial reading is just a really bad. Can't trust. You just have to wait 4 or 5 seconds, because after 4 or 5 seconds, that is definitely accurate reading.
For the record, I'm the kind of person who loves playing against Japanese and playing against Asian and playing international. So that's just the type of person I am. It's like, oh, let's try it and let's see if we can solve this problem. All right.
Are ready to hire a stream. Definitely support him. He's been someone who's been helping us for a long time. But I'm already talking on just your side of the stream because they are meant to hire a stream already. So
no problem.
Those who's on the Chanchai side.
That's okay.
When Chanchai finish, support the other people streaming VF.
Absolutely. Hai has been awesome about it too. So right now, I do have to adjust how I'm fighting against Rusty Tachikoma. There is some stuff where we are facing a tougher connection on delay-based netcode, but I can make these adjustments. I always do, so we're gonna do that, and it's a lot of fun. I do like the decisions they make, though. But it is a little more guessing, right? It's a little more guessing, and that's not a bad thing.
European Ski League now. I think I did have a nice setup where all my monitors, laptops, and wires are pretty well organized. The problem is I always have to dismantle my stream setup, so that's
I see the way they're playing. Okay, this will be good.
I think I'll go one more match with a control pad in this room and then Clyde Chris.
Ready, go!
So that's weird. I tried to do a rising attack, didn't come out. That's okay. But I didn't respond as well as I should. I like their rock paper scissors decisions though, actually. Alright, good battle. Yeah, I haven't looked at the 30th anniversary music pack that was provided, but that's awesome that they pretty much put everything in Virtua Fighter music history in that, so I need to go through that.
I think I like the VFNet album most because that's all pretty much new music for me.
Oh, awesome. I gotta check that. Yeah, so they even have songs from VFNet. I need to check that out. And I think that's what Lesbian Alan Iverson said. It's in lossless format? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, amazing. So are they just stored on the hard drive then? They're not like part of like the Steam thing?
You can actually go through the files itself. Like if you go to Steam, the files, you could actually, there's an MP3 format and then the RAW format. So you could choose whichever one. That's why it's a big download, like 17 or 18 gigabytes.
I see.
So you could, I just kept the RAW one on my desktop and the MP3 version later on go put that on my my mobile smartphone. chunk of music that not only it's good. You could use it also for your content creation.
And that's what I plan to do. Yeah. I'm definitely using it as for content. So.
Yeah. I survived the two days of running 2 leagues at the same time.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Yeah, like I'm playing Condor, and we both have very good connection with each other. So like rollback would not actually necessarily be that much of an improvement for me when I play against Condor here. But overall, my experience with Revo's netcode is on the positive side of things. But I've heard from people who has been spoiled by like Street Fighter 6 or Guilty Gear Strive, in which they say that from their experience from playing that, that was what some of them were expecting rollback would be for Revo.
Very good game, Kondo.
This is
Akai, you're up.
That is,
3,
I'm sorry?
2, 1.
Oh, Shimada, one controller.
There you go. You got it.
Okay.
You got it.
This is what happened. You have too many different controllers. Like, oh, Shimada, I pressed the PC one.
No, I know. Right now, I have multiple keyboards right now. So, hey, Marco, thank you for playing with me. I had a lot of fun with. Are you the Sarah player? Are you Rusty Tachikoma? I had a really fun time playing with you.
Oh, yeah, that's the one Marco. Is it a Steam ID?
Yes, yeah. I really enjoyed fighting them. They play in a very smart way, you know. So, there's a lot of good stuff going on in their play. So I had a lot of fun playing them. It's just but I don't mind. I'm happy playing against EU players. So.
I always wear myself out. I was like, Round
2. Ready, go!
I like your delay timing though. It's pretty tough. As long as I realize that I'm gonna get the splat and not the stagger. It's hard for me to tell actually. I was hoping.
GG's.
GG's.
Alright. But yeah, different certain things I would like to improve with the double stream setup. At least we got this weekend over with. So, alright, thanks again for commentating.
Oh, thank you.
Chanchai.
Thank you so much.
Any last minute thing to say? If there's any UK people who's listening, there is a Leeds local offline tournament at Leeds UK, LEEDS. That's next weekend. There's also one going to be also in Glasgow. I know there's a Virtual Fire is going to be at France. And North America is nice. There's a lot of active local scenes that's being played. St. Louis, Chanchai's neck of the wood, Oregon, Seattle. Let's see, Columbus, Ohio, where Monty is right now. Hosting that. Colorado's Denver side. The Virginia area, where Cessna is. Phoenix, Arizona. We have Dragon Ninja Wheel doing this indie fighting game event. They've been doing this actually for a while now. New York, I think they have a monthly offline event now. I could be wrong. I haven't been paying attention to it. It's been a while since I've heard. Am I missing anyone else? I'm most likely missing a lot of other things, but... Okay. Alright, I'll see you guys later.
Alright, see you later, Akai, and thank you so much. Very intense fight, Conrad. That was so much fun. Hope everyone's having a good time. I'm having a blast. Want to thank Akai for running these leagues. I'm having a great time. Oh, Condor, thank you very much. I had a good time with those battles. Good stuff. I guess we're going to call it, but it's been a lot of fun. I'm going to be working on my video work and stuff, but I will be back with more VF a bit later. So we're going to go ahead and raid somebody. Let me see who I should raid. But I want to thank everybody who's just been very supportive and supportive of Virtua Fighter in general. I think it's been a wonderful weekend. We had a really cool tournament. There was a lot of good stuff that did happen in the tournament. Behind the scenes, there was some stuff that, I'm not going to talk about, but I'm just going to say the tournament had some great matches. I loved watching it. And I'm excited for the VF we've got, our community. And I think, we have such a wonderful community, and it's such a wonderful game. So, Sega, I thank you very much for just keep breathing life into it. I know it's an investment, and I'm invested, so thank you, everyone. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep having fun. Thank you for the stream. Also, for Marco2530, feel free, if you don't have me on PSN, add me. Ask for a match. We will play sometime. We will try to make time, and we will play. I don't mind the connection. I still love the decision-making. And the way I see it, it does help me work on different skills. It helps me work on how to guess better. It helps me work with performance management, because in performance management, you cannot assume that you're going to be playing your best all the time. That's really a way to lose pretty easily. You got to look at what you can and can't do, physically or because of the conditions. And that's why I don't mind playing online. And delay-based netcode, the information is close to perfect. Rollback netcode, the information can be a bit noisy. Both of them give me a lot of things to work with, and I love it all. And but I play offline multiple times a week, but I play online a lot as well. And so for me, Virtua Fighter has just been so fun in all of it. And the netcode now, the net environment now is so much better than the net environment 12 years ago. So I'm just really happy as a VF player, and I'm happy experiencing VF with all of you. So don't be shy about asking for matches. I'm not always available, but I'll try to be available for you. Alright, everyone have a good one. We're going to keep watching these matches while I figure out who we're going to raid. I do like to raid because we like to share the love, we like to spread the wealth, we like to make sure that more people get to watch more really good VF. So we're going to raid Shidosha. Shidosha doesn't need my help, but Shidosha is an amazing stream, and, he's raided me quite a bit. I owe him one here. But we've got other people that I would be happy to raid as well, but right now we're definitely going to raid Shidosha because they do definitely deserve it. And they're just a wonderful content creator. You can have so much fun watching Shidosha. So let's do that. Let's see, stream manager, we go here, we raid, and we raid Shidosha. Have a lot of fun. Tell Shidosha I said hi. Shidosha is just such a fun content creator to watch. I'm pretty sure you're going to have a great time. ask him any questions, just like you can ask me any questions. He'll answer it, and he will express it in a way that only Shidosha can, and it's wonderful.
Go ahead, knock yourself out. Round one. Ready?
Also, Thula, I'm really wishing for you to have an awesome time in the UK. UK has some of the toughest internet environment for some reason, maybe because it's an island nation. But in the United Kingdom, you have great players, smart players, great personalities. So I think you have all the recipes to have amazing scene, and it does. But also, I hope you do get to go someday to an offline event. I hope you get to experience all the good online and offline VF. Cheers to you. Thank you very much, Marco. Alright, here we go. Say hi to Shidosha. Have a lot of fun. I'll be back on later, and I'm looking forward to playing more VF with all of you and chatting about it too.
Knockout. Round three. Ready? Go.
So I definitely felt very confident. It is what it is. Chanchai, thanks for that raid. Anyone want to do some training?
Ready? Go.
We are doing a lobby league match. That way everybody gets a chance to play everybody. Always. How crazy were the jacket there? So they were really bad. Really bad. You can still make a lot of his stuff safe, but...
Round three. Ready? Go.
He can't get nearly as much damage from just being a silly Billy thumb drop. Boom.
Knockout.
Alright, thank you all very much. We're going to finish this game though.
Knockout. You can't beat me with that.